Okay, so what we're going to do is just look at using y double dash to determine the nature of a stat point. Okay, so let's just look at an equation. Let's have y equals 2x cubed plus 15x squared plus 36x minus 50. Okay, so we're going to find the stat points and determine the nature. And then once we've done that, we're then just going to sketch. Okay, so first step, need to find y dash. Okay, so y dash will equal 6x squared plus 30x plus 36. Factorise that, so common factor 6. So that will give you x squared plus 5x plus 6. Factorise again, so you get x plus 2x plus 3. Make y dash equal 0, because that's how you get where your stat points are. The 6 will just cancel out, because that's just like having times 6. So if you divide by 6 on both sides, they cancel, and 6 into 0 is just 0. Then you get x equals minus 2, because it's x plus 2 equals 0. You need to change the sign, and x equals minus 3. Once you've got the x values, you need to find the y value. In order to find the y value, you sub it into the original function. It's good to make sure that you show this substitution. If you happen to get 2 zeros, it's probably because you have put it into the first derivative. So like if you get x equals minus 2 and you put it into this function here, 36 minus 50, then you will end up with, when you put in minus 2, you'll end up with minus 78, and when you sub in minus 3, you'll end up with y equals minus 77. Okay, so to determine the nature, we're going to use y double dash instead of using the box, we're using y dash. So y double dash is quite easy to find because all you have to do, won't take. Okay, so I've just noticed that when I differentiated that, that shouldn't have been a 2 there, because if you come over here, that's 12x, and then that would be 30. So it really should have been plus. So when you put that in, that would have been minus 24 plus 30, which is still greater than 0, so it's a minimum. When you put minus 3 in, that will be minus 36 plus 30, which is minus 6, which is less than 0. So that's a maximum. So that means that at minus 2, minus 78, it is a minimum. And at minus 3, minus 77, it is a maximum. So we've now determined the nature of the stationary point. So all we've got to do now is just sketch it. So at minus 2, oops, sorry, that's not a really good scale there, and minus 3, minus 2, and we've got to go down to minus 77 and minus 78. So at minus 2, minus 78, that's going to be there, and minus 3, and minus 2, minus 78, and minus 3, minus 77. That's a maximum, it's a minimum. Okay, now the other thing when you're sketching that is really important is that you find where it cuts the x-axis. So if you put in x equals 0, you'll notice that on your curve here, so you'll notice that you'll be left with, if you look at this here, that's minus 50, because when you put 0 into here, the y-intercept will be minus 50. So when x equals 0, y is minus 50. So that means when you're coming up through here, that one is minus 50. And that would be a sketch of your curve.